All right, so we're talking about assessment, and I had a student who asked, can assessment actually help students progress? Because in her experience, assessments were simply there to measure learning. So you would take a test at the end of the unit or the end of the year, and it told your teacher how much you've learned. But can that actually be used to help you progress as a student? Well, this is the difference between summative and formative assessment. As a summative assessment is simply there as a marker. However, we can take some of those assessments and turn them into formative assessments, simply by analyzing the data. So for example, if I'm in a math class and I give a pre-test, which is an assessment, and then I collected the data of how my students did, and I analyzed which questions did they miss, which ones did they get it correct. And then during the unit, I emphasized those areas where students were struggling and can even skip some areas where the students already have mastery. Now I'm using that to help students progress. And we can also do that on an individual level. I can analyze the data of my students and I can say, hey, you missed all the questions in this particular area. Let's go back over that, or let me give you some worksheets to work on at home to help you practice this or whatever. So certainly as a formative assessment, something that helps students continue to learn, that's something we could do with those end of unit assessments. The problem is it takes time to do that, to have an extra assessment, and it takes time to analyze the data, but it's going to save you time in the long run because you're not wasting time teaching things that where your students already have mastery. Instead, you're putting that time in the areas where they need extra help. And so if we did a lot more formative assessments in the classroom, we would probably save time and our students would see a lot more progress in their learning.